Hi friends, welcome to Sarah's Table. Today we are going to be playing a one-shot of Thirsty Sword Lesbians by Evil Hat Productions and Gay Spaceship Games. We built our characters and our world in the last episode of Sarah's Table, and so I have my same set of players today, and we are going to take a sexy, weird, flirtatious journey through space, because they all requested very nicely that I make them a game that was goofy space smut. So I have done my best to meld those terms together and create something spectacular. I'm going to say parental discretion advised. I don't think that there will be a lot of graphic descriptions, and we aren't doing a lot of swearing, but this game by its nature is very sexy, and there will be a lot of sexually charged interactions if we all do our jobs correctly. So it's up to you whether or not you want to have the discussion with your tiny gamer about the weird shit you're gonna see today. Hi. Before we get into the fun, sexy shenanigans, we are going to have our safety discussion because, like always, I think that's important to do it out in the open. It's important to check in with your table and make sure that everyone is comfortable. It's a responsible thing to do, but also in a game like this, I think it's extra important because there is a lot of flirty boundary pushing happening in this game on purpose, and so it's even more important that we make sure that everyone knows what not to push. Something that will never happen here on Sarah's Table is sexual violence. There will be no violence against children. There will be no withholding food as punishment or starvation. There will also be no violence against animals that has been requested. And there was one more, and I know where it is. Hold on. I can find it. I know where it's at. Here we go. Oh yes, spiders. You're right. No spiders. Turns out, in my world, space doesn't have any spiders, so there aren't any.
It's like New Zealand.
They don't have spiders?
No spiders in New Zealand.
They do have spiders.
I think I might be making that up.
You're very much making that up. They definitely have spiders.
Do they though? Promised land, like.
Do they though?
I guess they're in lockdown now, so maybe not at the moment because they're all gone home.
It's up to you to decide.
The spiders go home? What are you?
They've gone home for isolation.
Like, are you implying that New Zealand has a touristy a tourism bureau for spiders specifically, where they go visit and then they leave? I got it.
Yeah.
You know what? They actually have a lot of spiders. They have like 2,500 varieties of spiders.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So, in fact, space is nothing like New Zealand.
All right, well, what an excellent discussion we just had about New Zealand. If there's any New Zealand gamers that would like to come on and have a discussion with us about it, that would be great. Please contact me as soon as you can, and then we'll bring you on and we'll do a Promised Land New Zealand no spiders ever game.
I think what I was thinking of is snakes, but that's also not true.
Yes, it's also not true.
I think it's slightly more true than spiders, but still not.
This has been a great session,
snails.
friends.
Yep.
I like snailians. All done. Anyway, with that in mind, as I wipe away tears, everyone at my table, are you all comfortable with flirting and flirtatious and potentially sexual comments?
Yes, please.
Bring it on.
Everybody is so excited about it. This is the we're gonna play lesbian stance, because every time I ask about anything, everybody's like, yes.
The wiggle. The lesbian wiggle.
Lesbian wiggle. Who knew? Great. So we're gonna go around the table, and we are going to have our players introduce themselves and their pronouns and their character and their character's pronouns, and then give us a little background on who your character is before we dive into the sword fighting. So let's start. I'm going to go in a big circle. So I'm going to start with Adriel.
Damn it. Okay, so I'm Adriel Wilson. My pronouns are they, them. Do you want more intro on who I am than that? Or is that like... I panicked. My character is Ashaya Mortem. She uses she/her pronouns. She is a nature witch, and Ashaya is like new to the big space city and the world of lesbian interaction. So she's a little bit shy and awkward, and she is very kind. And she has a familiar
lesbian.
Yeah. And she has a familiar named Yaskier, who is an albino marchen, which is like a giant mink or ferret, in case you don't know what that animal is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Lanta.
Hello everyone, my name is Lanta. You guys can find me all over the internet at LantaFanta. My pronouns are she, her. Today, however, I will be playing Persephone Wolf. Her pronouns are she, her, and it is from the archetype of the beast. So she's a werewolf. We're going like really close to my heart with this one, so I'm really excited. She's quite a ferocious fighter. She both fights with people in the outside world, but also just everywhere, really. She likes to be that kind of dominating person in the room, and I am so excited to dive into her more.
Yes. Brie. It's true. It's true.
You know, everyone was thinking it. I am Brie. You can find me here and other places. I don't know. Look harder. And today my pronouns are she, her, and today I'm playing Miss Agatha, Agatha Swell. Her pronouns are also she, her. She is a spooky witch. She's a bit strange, and she has a lot of snails.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the snails leave a glitter trail, which Brie got up this morning and put all over her face.
Yum. Kissed by snails.
I love it.
And I maybe should mention the fact that astral snailians speak to me, and I see them. Apparently they're not as easy for other people to see. Maybe they're there, maybe they're not. They're definitely there. It's your fault you can't see them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That feels right.
Yeah.
Nat, bring us home.
Yes. I am Nat Mesnard, and you can find me on the internet at Nat Mesnard on social. That's where I am. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Norma Slick and Sly Nightwind, who is a scoundrel, and her pronouns are she, her, and she's a Shimbo space pirate, which is, of course, why I have a pirate hat on this time. And one fun fact about Norma is she has a playbook move called Rip. And Rip is
when you take or narrowly evade a physical blow from someone dangerous to you, you may declare that your clothes were damaged and are now practically indecent. So I'm anticipating that this like sort of black clad kind of badass pirate outfit that Norma is in, sort of buttons, black, space pirate situation, jaunty hat, is going to become increasingly tattered as the game goes on. We'll see what happens, but it's ripe for cutting off of her body one piece at a time.
I'm picturing that scene in Legend of Zorro with Catherine Zeta-Jones, where it just does it and then it just boop, and it just falls up.
Stephanie can just do it with her fingers, though.
Yeah, she can just claw them off. I also feel like that perhaps Norma maybe has made all of her clothes tear away intentionally with
like it's all Velcro.
Either all Velcro or just like strategically placed like snap tape that you can just bloop and out. Oh no, the sleeve is gone. What happened?
That could be true, but you'll have to challenge her to a sword fight to find out.
Yay. All right. So when we last left our heroes, if you can call them that, I'm not sure that this ragtag bunch is heroes just yet. But
I mean, we'll get there.
They definitely see themselves as heroic, so I think that helps. They had all been gathered in front of Shelley, who is a sentient ship, and she had just projected into their brains, "Thank goodness that you've come. I need your help desperately." What would you like to do?
I want to ask her what she needs our help with.
Of course you know of the war. My planet is under attack. They're trying to force us into the conflict on their side. And I've come to ask for help because our ruling elders have not been able to fend them off.
How do you think that we can help you with that? Would you like aggressive
you have legs,
assistance?
and I don't have any arms or legs.
Do you imagine that this will involve a lot of walking? Because I'm not a huge fan.
I feel like it may involve sword fighting, and I can't. It's very hard for me to do that. And I came with my pilot that I've bonded with. They didn't want to help.
Is she on board?
She is. I think she's napping. Let me check. Yeah, I think she's asleep.
Wake her up and send her out. It's been too long since we've seen each other.
So Shelley kind of shudders, wiggles, if you will. And this figure is ejected out the side and lands in a heap at Norma's feet.
I draw my sword.
I did. All right.
I challenge you. And it gives the impression that this is normally how we greet each other.
Sure.
What is Mother wearing?
Like, who is this?
Yeah, what is she looking like?
So, she's dressed similarly to Norma, but so very pirate-y, but her hues are like deep purples and dark blues. Her buttons are very ostentatious, big shiny brass buttons. Her hat notably larger than Norma's.
Oh.
She has a sword strapped to herself, and she has a giant feather coming out of her hat as well.
Is her hat straight?
Yes, impeccably so.
Wow. This is a lot.
Maybe I fought the wrong pirate.
Yeah, so I've taken my sword out and I put it down to try to like pull her up into a standing position like this.
Good. She gets up disdainfully and she draws her sword. She goes toward your chin, Norma.
Mother.
This doesn't need your meddling.
Excuse me. Your ship does not sound very happy with you, so maybe meddling is in order.
She pulls a second sword,
I lick it.
puts it on your chin.
Oh my gosh.
Shelly asked us to be here to help because she said you weren't interested.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? You're not interested in assisting with the war?
I assisted Shelly. I got her here.
Well, that's not really assisting.
Well, there's a war there. I mean, the war hasn't gotten here, right? She's safe.
So you ran, is what I'm hearing. You ran from a fight.
I rescued Shelly from a fight.
She ran from a fight.
No.
There wasn't a lot of running involved. Shelly doesn't have legs. She already told you that.
No, but you do.
Thank you for noticing.
I'm gonna bend down and look at her legs, and then take one of my snails off and put it on her boot, and then give it a little nudge.
Agatha, what are you doing?
What is that?
They just wanted to look at her a little bit closer.
Oh, okay. Of course. Perception. Got it. Don't
They like
into
you.
them.
Your friends are strange.
Yes. Well, I'm tired of your passivity, Mother.
Oh,
There's a war going on, haven't you heard? My
of course
ship.
I've heard. That's why I
Right.
came here. To Salvation, where it's safe. Obviously.
This isn't about safety. It's about taking action. And when I say that, I'm actually going to try, and maybe I can roll for this, to disarm her.
Oh yeah, that's a fight move for sure.
So
I'm gonna say that's plus daring.
Cool.
This is, I'm assuming, because of how you set up the situation.
So that's 2d6, then I add my daring modifier.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, let me first roll. Just a second. I have to find what my daring is. Now I know what it is. So I rolled a 12 with everything added.
Woohoo!
Nice.
That is a unqualified success. In this game, it's called an upbeat because they measure things by like heartbeats. This is an upbeat. You rolled above a 10. You disarm her spectacularly. I said she had 2 swords. You were able to disarm her of both. Tell me what happened to the swords. I'm going to let you choose.
So I do like a really awesome, like very piratey kind of swirling little like that. Her sword flips off and just kind of rolls over here. I'm not quite good enough at sword fighting to actually catch it, though I wish I had done that. And then because of this, she's knocked off balance, and the other sword, which I think she was pointing a sword at you, Brie. So she's kind of like this, giving you, like, you have the opportunity to also do something if you want to. In this, I'm looking in the rules and it says create an opportunity for an ally. So you would have the opportunity to get in on this if you wanted to take it, but it's up to you what you do.
How is the snail? Because it was on her boot, and there's been a
I'm gonna say knocked off.
I would like to take the opportunity to catch the snail.
Okay.
Can I take the opportunity to try to catch the sword that was flicked?
Sure. Is that okay with you, Norma? As
Yes,
your
that's
success?
so
Okay.
awesome.
So, I'm gonna say that both of those are. I'm gonna say grace checks.
Yeah.
What did you get?
It's a
friend?
12, baby. Double sixes.
Right.
Oh!
Double sixes. So you catch the sword without a problem. Oh no.
It's a 5.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay, so
no.
here is the bad thing that happens.
Oh no.
Because she is so off balance as you are trying to get to the snail, her boot heel comes down right on its back.
You did a very bad thing, lady.
Murder her!
Pull out the sword from her back, and there is no chin
No.
action. It's straight down the front of her vest, popping every button and poking slightly into her belly.
Okay. Give me a fight.
So what does fight take? Is it daring?
This feels daring, yes.
It's a 6.
Far out.
I'm not daring.
So you-
I do, however, have my eerie companion, which is Sissy.
Okay.
And Sissy also doesn't like when the snails get hurt. And gives me a +1 when they assist me. So could I have Sissy assist in this?
Absolutely.
So perhaps like my hand is a little wobbly, and I'm not really aiming true, and then Sissy kind of slides up around my arm and the hilt of the sword, and Sissy is doing most of the work in
Great.
this instance. 'Cause that
Well,
would
thank
give
goodness.
me a 7.
That would give you a 7. So you get to choose 2 of these. You can create an opportunity. You can take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position. You can inflict a condition on her, or you can flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them.
Oh, I would like to create an opportunity. And
Okay.
then how big is that possession? Can we take Shelley?
Oh,
Does Mama Pirate have any, like, are there keys to Shelley?
well, Shelley is a being.
Yes.
So I don't think there are keys to her, although I suppose in this situation there could be a collar
No, you know
kind
what?
of thing.
I'm gonna take her hat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take her hat.
Yes.
And I mean, you said you were popping her buttons, and that was a success. And so you have popped her buttons all the way down, and there is a strategically placed gap now.
I would strongly suggest that you apologize to my snails and you back away from this ship.
Is this okay? So I'm gonna say you said you wanted to take the object and then you also want to create an opportunity. What is the opportunity that you're hoping to, like,
that
you're
for
asking her
someone
to
else?
back away as you're
Is
to
it an
make space?
opportunity for someone else, or is there?
Got it. Yeah.
I just like if I guess for Norma
Oh,
to
like to
assert
get away
dominance,
so
yeah.
that she's further away from Shelly.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So because of what you rolled, she gets to do something as well. She has to choose something. So she was actually quite excited by this interaction with you, Agatha, and so she is going to gain a string on you.
Oh.
Yeah.
She'll like that. She's like, ooh, okay. So she sort of backs away because you're dominantly telling her to. She backs up away from Shelly.
Yeah. This is your mother. I hope she didn't raise you the same way she did for disrespect for these here snails.
I think there needs to be a little clarification here. Norma, is she your mother or is she your mommy?
So basically, I was raised in this feminist collective, and the way that works is like we have these sort of groups of elders who raise us at different times, and so we're not actually blood related. She is like a mentor. And I call her mother because she's one of the people who was more responsible for me when I was a kid. But I would actually say I have 3 different women in the collective who I would call mom or mother. She's the only one who, like me, is sort of a space piratey sort. And we've always had this bond of being a little bit aggressive and inconsiderate. So we definitely are simpatico in more ways than one. And when you say that, I'm actually kind of like thinking about my own behavior in the past and reflecting on maybe small things that I may have squashed. So there's a little bit of that like moment of introspection as you make that statement, and I'm sort of like, I'm so sorry that she did that. You know, that's just generally how she is, and you know, it's just it's kind of how you become a captain, and I'm sorry.
Well, I appreciate your, yes, I know she apologized. She said sorry. I think it's I appreciate your apology. I mean, obviously I know I'm going to address that now. Obviously,
do you know who
we're
she's
going
talking
to have to.
We just kind of go with it.
We're gonna have to get this snail to a safer spot. I mean, we're all standing around. There's a very injured snail here. We need to make action.
Is there anything that I can do to assist you?
I think we're taking the ship. I mean, she can't care for the snails. She can't care for this beautiful organism.
Perfect. I love it.
You should. All right. I mean, if Shelley doesn't like what you're doing, she'll just eject you.
We're
even if you're in
commandeering this
space.
ship. I'm
Yes.
just gonna start going to
Right.
Shelly.
Did you ask the ship? The ship is a person.
The ship
Okay.
asked for us.
She called us.
Could we do figure out a person on Shelly?
You sure could.
Yes. Is that something we do together, or is that something one person does?
I think it's something one person does.
I think Norma deserves to figure Shelly out.
Actually, I have an idea for this because I have a -2 in wit, and you roll wit to figure out a person. So I am actually going to spend a string, and I am going to turn to a Shia. And I'm going to wink at her and be like, hey.
Hi.
I feel like you would understand this this being. You want to try to figure out if she'll let us inside her?
Yeah, I could do that.
I think you're absolutely just. Wait, what was the thing? Adriel, what was the like thing that it had to do with something I thought about you that we did in the worksheet. I can't remember what it was, but my character is like,
you were interested in me, but then you fought Persephone Wolf, and you were like,
okay,
well, Ashaya's nice, but
you're old boo. That's what it
Old
is.
Boo. Yeah, Ashaya's Old Boo.
Okay, so that's my vibe. I'm not totally over you, so I'm like, I think you're the best. Like you're so naturey and just like harmonious and tuned in. Why don't you tune in with Shelly?
I could do that.
Oh, this might help.
Sarah. Oh, okay. What is it?
I'm gonna give you the hat.
Thank you.
It looks much better on you than it did on her. And I'm gonna look down at her. Scoop up my snail.
Look down. She has I'm gonna say she has knelt. She's assumed the kneeling position, if you will.
Yes, she has.
So I'm giving you +1 with the string, Ashaya.
Okay. So with figure out person, I cannot remember. Do we roll for that?
Yeah, so you roll 2d6. You're going to add your wit and a +1 for Norma's string.
Okay. So my wit has a -1. So with the +1, that cancels that out, which means I have rolled a 7 total.
Okay. So you may ask 2 questions of Shelly, but she is also going to end up asking you 1.
Shelly, would you like us inside you, piloting you and helping you with the war effort?
Is that one question?
That's one question. Yeah.
I'm gonna. That feels like 2 questions.
Okay, so we'll just stick with the first half. If Shelly would like us
would
inside
you like
her,
us inside
piloting
you?
her?
Yes. I feel like the 4 of you have a good energy, and I feel like between all of you, you can help, and you will be harmonious. So she opens. I was gonna say her orifice, but I don't know what else you would call it. She doesn't really have doors. So I'm gonna stick with she opens.
Okay.
Awesome.
Shelly, what would you like us to do about Norma's mom?
Oh. Well, I'm quite fond of her. So I don't think you should bring her with, but maybe just let her stay, and then if I'm able to come back, I can still see her.
Okay. Yeah.
And the question that Shelly asks back is, how can I get you? Like, do you need anything in return for helping?
I don't know. What do you all think? I mean, I'm happy just to help, but like, do y'all need anything in return?
I really need access to medical supplies.
Wolf?
I'm not sure. I pretty much got everything. Pretty fine. Just coming along for the adventure, pretty much. Good fight. That's about it.
And what about you, Norma? Is there anything you need?
What's on offer, Shelly? I'm sure that we could do a deal that would make it simpatico for us both, but you're kind of talking to a pirate here, so like I need to know.
Well, there's a sense of accomplishment and pride in what you do. There's knowing that you've rid the galaxy of tyranny and injustice. I mean, I guess there's like a whole heap of gold on my planet. I don't know why anybody would want that, but
We do want that. That's what I'm talking about here. I mean, those psychological rewards are great, and I'm a big fan of that. But also, the gold would be. So, what do you say to letting me come and just take some of that gold after after we deal with the whole war thing?
oh, I mean, I can't imagine why you would want that. It's
Me neither.
garbage.
I don't even know, but these things happen sometimes. So you agree?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like we got ourselves a deal.
Shelly, do you have a medical bay for Agatha and her snails?
Yeah, it's in the forward compartment.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay. Well, I think we should get on board right away. How is the snail looking?
Not great. Cracked shell.
Oh.
Little squishy.
Maybe some super glue?
I do have, and I pull out like a little lunchbox that has got band-aids that I've like cut up really small, and a bunch of different like some extra glitter, a couple of different first aid materials. I just really need a sterile sterile surface to work on.
Oh, well,
I'm gonna lick the blade that I have and be like, will this work? No. Oh.
They don't like that. No.
Alright.
No. They say no. They say no. No.
No.
Yes,
Alright.
no.
This is the first.
Could you do it again?
This is one of the first times I've had that many no's.
17 no's, really? Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's how many it took. I understand. One would have
Just to be-
sufficed.
To be sure, you could do it just one more time.
Like this?
Anyway,
Still no?
no,
Okay.
Not for
not for the
this.
snails.
Great. Do you enter your companion?
I would like to enter Shelley.
I just want to say that before I enter, I dial up on my little like communication thing that's sort of like a smartphone, but it's futuristic here, and just send a message to the folks back at what's the place called? Serenity.
Yes.
Salvation.
Salvation. Thank you. I was like going through all the S's. Hey, it's Norma. Yeah, Mom is out here just kneeling on the ground. You know, she squished a snail, and we're taking her ship. So come get her, take her back to the collective. We'll be back in a few days. So she can stay at my place.
You get a response that's like, again? Ugh.
Another one.
Every time somebody leaves the collective, they smash a snail and then get their ship stolen.
It runs in the family. You guys know how we are.
It's fair. Bring back something useful this time, please.
Perhaps gold sound.
That sounds great. We'll see you soon. They are noticeably happier when you say there's going to be gold. Are you all inside Shelley?
Mm.
Lovely. She is very comfortable. For you, I assume she is also comfortable as herself. She has not protested at all. There are several compartments, chambery kind of things. Inside Shelley seems like it feels like you're inside like a cave, but it's not super big, so it's you can't really stand fully upright inside Shelly. Little close quarters. And she says, "Is everybody have everything?" And before she waits to hear back, there's a rumble and a shake, and then a jolt, and you are all thrown back in the cavern that you're in. She seems like she's moving real fast.
Oh, all right. We're on our way then.
Yes, I want to make sure that I get back as fast as I can. I've already been away so long. I want to make sure that my people are still okay.
Can
All
you
right.
tell us a little bit more about what is happening to your people in the war?
So, as you know, because you are using me for travel at the moment, that my people have a special ability of being able to transport people or the other beings from place to place. And because we are how we are, we don't necessarily need to be piloted. There is a group of people who think it's it will be very helpful to have a ship that can think for itself. And throughout the years, we've had some people come by. We've always said no. There's a group of people now who are there, who are not taking no for an answer. And
That's not cool.
It's not okay.
yeah, we're sort of stuck, and the elders don't know what to do. So I snuck out through the blockade to come for help.
Tell us more about these people. The ones that are threatening and won't take no for an answer.
So they're in a space station. It's very strangely shaped. It has a big, long main body of the ship, and then there are some like small tendrils coming off that have pods at the end. I believe there are 9 of them. And they call themselves the Trix Alliance. And they're really just trying to order us around. They came in and started immediately trying to tell us what to do. Didn't like it so much. Some people liked it. Didn't. But most of us did not.
Well, what's the best way we can like help you liberate your planet from like this group of people who clearly don't care about consent?
Well, I feel like you might have to fight them. It's hard for us to fight. No limbs.
That makes sense.
I'm so sorry that that's happening to you, Shelley.
Yeah, at first it was a little exciting, and then when I realized I couldn't opt out, I started talking to the people in charge on my planet, and they didn't know what to do. But Rara said that if I could come back to Salvation and I could find heroes, that would help. So that is what I chose.
Did you
to
find
do.
any?
Well, I thought I had. Up until you said that, and now I'm not so sure.
I lean in to her like, she's talking about us.
Oh.
Do I have any knowledge of the Trix Like, have I ever
The Tricks
fought
Alliance?
them? Yeah, the Tricks Alliance. Have I ever fought them?
They ever recruited you?
I was gonna say, you seem that you sort of lean to the dominant side, so I would imagine that you would have crossed paths with them at some point.
Mhm.
So backstory wise, it absolutely makes sense that you have
Very cool.
come across them. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna let you fill in some stuff.
Oh, the Tricks Alliance again. They once did encounter me, if you will, up at the what was the name of the bar?
Hole in the wall.
Up at the hole in the wall where we previously fought. It was one night. Was encounter very, very what's the word? Dominating is the word I would probably use in this situation. But it didn't really work for me because it was just basically a battle of personalities. She was very interesting, very beautiful. Would be interested to see her again, see how she's going. But we will. This should be interesting. Hell of a fight.
Did she listen to you? Was she respectful of you while you were fighting?
Absolutely not. That's why I was absolutely captivated by her.
I draw my sword.
I still have a sword.
What?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
This woman.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that? Well, I have a proposal. We're gonna
A wedding.
Not exactly. That's not. I appreciate that idea, but more like a marriage of the blades.
Ooh.
Oh.
And what I'm thinking
Sword
is that we
wedding.
should all kind of plan a little event to happen right now where we practice a little bit of fighting and you demonstrate some of this woman's techniques.
I'm gonna like look around in this like small kind of enclosure that went. Do you really think that fighting within another being is a clever idea?
What if you stab her? Her, Shelley?
Yes.
Gonna
Shelley
like
is she,
run
her.
my like free hand up on the top of the ceiling.
Shelley shivers.
See, I don't think that would be too clever. However, I can probably explain to you some of her fighting techniques. She is, however, she tries to put you into submission holds a lot. So, you know, she throws herself at you a lot, trying to entangle her legs around you in just a way that you lose a little bit of oxygen, if you will.
Maybe you could demonstrate those parts without the sword.
Gonna like put my finger on her nose and be like, wouldn't you like to see that? People pay for that.
I'm gonna push my nose up and bite her finger.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's feisty.
I have now put my sword down and I'm leaning on it like this and just like,
Hey. Norma. Do you think that this interaction has caused you to become more smitten with Persephone?
absolutely.
All right, so give them a string on you.
String.
And the question that you must answer is, why would your romance never last?
Oh!
So So it's like basically like the model for this character is like it caps out. Like the moment I'm the most smitten, I'm like, it would never work between us. Well, is this something is this like, do I say it in the scene, or is it like just sort of we all know this to be the case?
That's up to you.
Okay. I think I want to answer it like out of character and just have it be like general knowledge that we can all like sort of know as part of the gossip around Norma and Wolf. Since in this moment in the scene, I kind of want to keep encouraging them to have a fight. So generally, the reason why it would never work between us is because we definitely have two like alpha type personalities going here, and it would be a constant clash. But for now, I'm very magnetized by your zeal and your confidence and your commitment. And it's just that at some point, we would escalate so much it would be an utter detonation.
You're both tops is the problem.
Yep. TLDR, two tops does not a long-term relationship make.
Fun for a bit, probably, but not in it for the long haul.
So
also, mechanically, if at any time, Norma, you decide that you are no longer smitten, you can just declare it. So you can be like, I am not anymore. So
I do declare I am not smitten.
all done, not. I do declare.
Does she get to keep the strings if I like withdraw?
I cut her string.
Why does it keep happening to me?
Yes, yeah, she will keep the strings.
Cool.
Because but when you use the string, it goes away. So it's like residual feelings that she would be playing on at that point.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay. Is there any other interaction that the four of you would like to have with each other or with Shelley prior to getting to her homeworld?
I would like to perform first aid on my snails. And I think that I would probably like Ashaya to help me with that.
I was gonna say I would really like to help with that.
Yeah, there's an area in the forward part of Shelley that is, we're gonna say, clean.
Mm-hmm.
That you could use for this.
Are there things inside of Shelley, or is Shelley just like a soft, pillowy chamber?
So, I think for the purposes of this, I'm going to say that Shelley can create things that you would need. Like, she can sort of shift things around so that the hollow chamber has places to sit or to lay on if you wanted to sleep, or a tall area for like a table kind of thing. I think Shelley, I think you are in like a cavity. I think you're inside an area that is changeable in order to fit the needs of the species that she is carrying.
Yeah.
In my brain, it kind of looks like a big pink jumping castle.
Great. Well, in my brain now it does too. So Shelley is their cousins are jumpy castles.
Okay.
Loose relatives.
Yeah. That's not nice to call them that.
Loose relatives? Oh, they do let a lot of people in those jumping castles.
That's not what makes you lose. It's fine. Physiologically, you could still tighten it up.
They bounce right back.
Bounce right back. So I'm trying to figure out how you would fix it. I feel like this is a heart move.
I think Ashaya and I have done this before as well. I don't think it's our first time performing joint surgery on a shattered snail.
Yeah.
So who's taking the lead?
I think that Agatha would take the lead because it is her snail, but I am there to assist in any way possible.
So you can spend a string to assist if you would like.
So am I spending the string that I have on Agatha or the string that Agatha has on me?
I think it depends on, because Agatha is the one that is doing it. I think you are spending the string on Agatha, and then that boosts their roll.
Okay. Yes, I want to do that thing.
Okay, so make a note that you do not have that, but you can always get more strings in the future.
Got it.
So
I'm
Agatha,
gonna kindly let you help me fix this snail.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess you may assist, Agatha.
I suppose.
I'm Agatha.
So you will roll heart plus 1.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 10. Oh, wait.
Oh,
11.
11.
I already have
Excellent. That is
+1,
an
yeah.
upbeat. So yes, you fix the snail like better than it was before. You found a way to reinforce this shell in a way that you like hadn't thought of before.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say also it is extra sparkly.
Because we used extra glitter glue.
Sure.
Yeah.
For the folks at home, don't use glitter glue on snails.
No. These are special
Do not.
snails.
I think
Special snails.
super glue is actually legit a thing you could use to help a snail. But don't take my word for it.
Yeah. We are not snail veterinarians here on Sarah's table. So
I think, again, I was really wrong about the spiders, so definitely don't take animal care advice from me. But I
in
don't
New
think
Zealand,
in
they
New Zealand-
use glitter glue on snails.
I don't think the glitter would adversely affect the exterior of the snail. I wouldn't put it on skin.
Inside.
I mean, just don't. Just don't.
Glitter is bad for nature in general. Please don't put glitter in nature.
Excuse me, all of my glitter is biodegradable.
Okay, well, but you also shouldn't be feeding it to snails.
The snailians tell me otherwise.
That's fair. This is
Yeah.
fair.
Ashaya, I'm thank you so much for your help. How would you feel? Now, I know this is a really big commitment and you don't have to say yes, but I saw the way that Pippi was looking at you during that operation and you gave them so much strength. Would you like to let them ride on your body?
I would very much like that. And I will make sure that my familiar Yaskier does not lick or eat Pippi.
Pippi likes occasional licks,
Okay.
but eating would be bad.
Yes, agreed.
And I'm
Important safety tip.
going to put Pippi on Ashaya's nose.
I am leaning up against the doorway watching this interaction, and I'm just like, what on earth are we? What are heroes? Right, got it. Yep.
Confused. So we're going to fast forward, and Shelly says to you, we're almost at Astillero, which is the name of her planet. I have to warn you that there's a lot of conflict around it at the moment because of the blockade. It might be difficult to get to the surface.
Do you have guns, Wait, did she like
These
make
two tentacles come out of the wall.
Tentacles.
out and goes like this?
No, so I have projectiles.
Great. How would we go about
We broke
shooting
Brie.
them?
We broke her.
I think you know the answer to that question.
She can shoot them. She's autonomous.
Cool,
Also,
cool.
There aren't windows inside Shelly, so you can't see what's going on at the moment. I think yeah.
What's the atmospheric situation in this planet? Is Shelley giving us oxygen at the moment?
Yeah, so you can breathe inside Shelly.
Okay. Good to know.
I guess also she must have some kind of gravity creating
You're not just like
organ.
just a flow, just floating around.
I mean, I was imagining we were standing on the floor, so I guess she has like an organ that is a gravity generating thing or something. I don't know.
Yes, we'll say yes. Obviously,
The jumping castle cousins, theirs is slightly less effective, so you kind of just
right.
like,
So
yeah.
you can bounce higher. Yeah, maybe they can regulate it in a different way so that you can sort of float a bit. This is a rich tapestry that we are weaving here in Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Oh, my lord.
So,
Yes.
should we strap in with tentacles?
Here's what's going to happen. As you ask that question, you feel an impact on the left side of Shelly, and she starts spinning.
I'm gonna like
and-
reach out to I'm gonna like reach out to Norma to try to like steady up against the wall.
You are all thrown into a heap, all four of you, to one heap, and you are a tangle of arms and legs
And snails.
and snails. Correct. And that is where we're going to take our bio break.
Puddle, puddle!
Puddle. Welcome back. We had a very enlightening conversation over the break about peeps.
Beep, beep.
And now I think karate for some reason, and I don't know what's
That's just my dancing about peeps. Like
about,
it's
peep dancing. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're chickens,
Or-
right? They're my peep beaks.
they're just like little birds.
Yeah.
Tiny
and
birds or
bunnies.
bunnies
Yeah.
as well. You could do bunnies. They make bunnies.
You can get cats too, and gingerbread men sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And in the wintertime, you can get snowmen.
Yes.
I'm out of gestures, you guys.
Keep going. More gestures. More marshmallow gestures.
Oh no.
Good.
Okay.
Welcome. Okay, everybody shift their focus off of peeps and back to lesbians.
Got it.
Yes.
Ta-da! You were tumbling through space. In a pile. In Shelly. And Shelly is stopped. Like jerked into place. And then you are all upside down. And you're being slowly pulled in a direction.
This is not. I don't think this is normal.
Is that your foot or?
Start stroking whatever limbs.
Hey, Look, settle down. Calm down.
Oh. Mm.
Shelly, are you okay?
No response from Shelly.
Someone check her vital organs. Where are they? Are we in them?
It's gonna like stroke the side of the ship.
No response.
Oh no.
Shelly. Are any of her openings opening?
Nope.
And you said we're being pulled, like sucked in a direction.
It feels like you're being dragged somewhere.
Cool. I'm gonna we're upside down. I'm gonna just try to move towards the direction really quickly.
To a direction you're being pulled?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can move over there. You have to untangle yourself a bit.
Yeah.
Not sure.
It's like, oh,
You find all of your
Sorry.
own limbs, and then
And my arm is like around you.
yeah,
because,
and I'm gonna do like a
trying to,
really
like-
slow stroke as I separate myself.
Ugh, I just lean my head on Ashaya.
I'm like glare at Ashaya.
looking at you.
I'm
Pippi
gonna
is
count.
confused.
Yeah, I'm gonna count how many snails I have on my
You are not missing any. You're good.
Pippi.
Pippi.
And Pippi.
Mhm.
And Pippi on my nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're able to move. There's no way for you to see outside.
Okay.
Towards the pool. What is there? Nothing. It just stops.
I'm gonna say, let's have you do.
Mhm.
Let's have you do a wit roll.
Jeez. Alright. Let's just roll that out and then we'll have a look and see what we've got. A wit roll. That's fine.
Mhm.
It's an 8.
Okay, that's a yes, but
Yeah.
so you're sort of poking at things in the front of Shelly and kind of poke, and it's hard to see, but you feel something like a shape that doesn't feel organic, and you discover that there's almost like a grappling hook embedded in Shelly. And when you find the issue, but the complication is that you sort of dislodge it a little bit, and Shelly's now bleeding into the chamber that you're in.
Oh no.
There was some sort of grappling hook. I think I may have dislodged it a little bit. Anyone? Options?
I have.
Do you know how to
I
get
have
out
my
of one of
first aid
these?
kit.
I don't think little band-aids will help with this. I'm gonna try to put my hands to stop it.
Can I see how much glitter glue I have?
Sure.
I would like to try and use. Of course, I have a lot of snails, so I keep as much glitter glue as humanly
As possible.
possible
Sure.
on my person. So I'm gonna reach into my shirt and
Pull it out from everywhere.
pull out glitter glue and I go, Ashaya, it's your turn to shine. And I throw glitter glue out.
Is there a way? Does there seem to be a way to dislodge the grappling hook, or stick maybe a sword between Shelly and the hook and lever it off of her?
But isn't it coming up from the outside into the picture I have is that we're in her.
Yeah.
It's poking through the side of her flesh, and Wolf kind of dislodge it so that now it's bleeding, and we're seeing the base of it. Is that what you're picturing, Sarah?
Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's like it's kind of like when like an arrow shoots into flesh. Like it would be hard to just pull it out because it's like this is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is it like a huge wound?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably about like this size, because it was sort of flanged, so it like shot in and then opened a little bit when it splayed when it came back, so it could like grab on.
Oof. Wait, you're on mute.
muted.
I would like to
Glitter
tear
glued it.
a piece of Norma's vest off.
Yeah.
Because it looks very rippable. So I'm gonna like look at her, turn and tear the bottom part, maybe like up to just below breast height.
Sure.
I'm gonna tear off a piece that's the right size and then try and Mod Podge it onto
Yes.
Glitter glue.
Yes,
yeah,
with glitter glue.
Okay. Gosh. This feels very daring to me. So
Does it? I'm doing it with spirit.
well, if you use spirit, it's got to be magic.
Yes, it's magical glitter glue.
Are you using magic? Are you using a kind of?
Is that a thing I can do? Can it be magical glitter glue, or would I have to use the unseen?
You'd have to use the unseen.
Hmm.
But you could call on them.
Yeah, I'd like to try and call on them to reinforce this glittery vest.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is anybody assisting? Anybody using?
I'll assist.
I'll assist. I'm there already, so.
Yeah. And
I did this.
I definitely have some glitter glue because Agatha has just given me some.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll, since the three of you are doing it, I'll my contribution is my best.
Hold. Whoever is using them, whoever's going to assist, I know it's not exactly correct, but I'm going to say whoever's helping is going to offer emotional support.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
would that be?
I'm going to have you, the three of you, who, if all three of you are assisting, please roll for emotional support. You may either use heart or spirit.
Now, to use the unseen, I have to give a dangerous unseen a string on me.
Okay.
So a dangerous unseen now has a string on me.
Okay. So before you roll, let's see what everybody else did. Lance is not looking. Oh, 13.
Yeah. A double 6.
Nice.
I keep rolling these dice. This is gonna be my go-to.
So that is, I'm gonna say it's a +1 forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what you were attempting to do.
Mm-hmm.
So Brie, at the moment, you'll have +1 when you roll.
Mm-hmm.
Adriel, what did you get?
+7. Or not +7. I rolled a 7.
You got a 7.
Yes.
Okay, so that is also
A success, but
a +1. So the way that emotional support works is a little bit different. So Brie, you also gained a string. This is not quite how it's going to be adjudicated, but Persephone will now have a string on you, Agatha, in like I helped you so much that you now feel obligated to me in a way.
Mm-hmm. Do I spend my strings on them for this action? No,
because they're choosing to help you.
They're choosing. Okay.
If you
didn't have to compel
if you were appealing for help, then you would need to spend a string. So no string from Ashaya, but you have a second +1 forward. Norma, how did we do?
I wasn't helping.
You were not helping.
Norma assisted
You were
with the vest.
admiring your midsection.
Yeah, exactly. I was sort of like looking at the alternate like orientation of my vest now and just admiring.
You were like,
myself.
hot damn, I look great.
Okay, so so the unseen now has a string on me, and so
Okay.
I'll be rolling with +4, I guess. I get 2 from my friends, and then I get 2 from the spirits.
Great.
Oh no.
This
Oh,
is
no.
a lot. You're welcome, Shelley. I rolled 11. So 11 + 4, that's
15.
It's a 15.
So with Persephone and Agatha's help, you're able to sort of you're Agatha. And Ashaya's help, you're sort of able to like pull the grappling hook in so it is no longer digging into the inside of Shelley's flesh. And while they are holding it back, you, Agatha, can sort of Mod Podge the space.
Yes.
And the unseen hardens it in a way that it becomes sort of like almost like the sort of chitin on the outside of insects. So it's this space that is over the wound that is assisting to keep it protected. And as you
what Agatha sees as this is happening is almost like the snails on her body, but they are huge. So they're like maybe torso-sized snailians and very like elongated, like I don't know what these
eye
are called.
stalks.
Yeah, the eye stalks. And this like fortification is coming from their glittery tracks, and I feel like they have naturally glittery tracks. I don't feed them the glitter. I'm just trying to help the snails on our planet emulate that spectacular nature. And so I think that's what happens. They're kind of sliding around Shelley's flesh. Of course, none of you can see that.
No.
So I think Agatha's just like, yes, here, come back. No, we need more right there.
I'm gonna see Ashaya and like shimmy away a little bit while I'm trying to help.
She's fine. So this is totally normal. It's fine. And as you're able to make sure that all of that happens, there's silence for a moment as you all breathe like kind of a sigh of relief, and then abruptly you stop moving and there's a thunk and you sort of fall. And then there's no movement at all.
Shelley?
No response.
How are we meant to get out of this?
We're gonna die inside this ship, aren't we? Ladies.
Yeah, spoilers.
There is like,
I just
and
put
this
you
is where we're
inside
gonna
another
end
creature,
it.
and then I killed them, and then you slowly starve to death inside, and then you have to decide who you're gonna eat first, and like, you know.
I am not getting eaten first. I know you were all thinking it.
Well, we can eat our way out of her.
Oh my god.
We're just gonna start cutting.
I'm gonna
There's a
start
lot of
searching
flesh
for
here to
like an
sustain us.
escape.
Where's
Yeah.
Where's her button? Where's the button to hit?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. Like following your lead, Wolf. Like just starting to like feeling around and poking and touching. And is there any edges or blobs or bumps that would, or tentacles that we could yank?
Looking for things out of the ordinary, just in the ship.
I'm just trying to check to see what sort of a check this would be. Just give me one
cool.
moment.
I love that.
Cool.
Weirdly, this is not covered in the basic moves section of Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and I really feel like it is an oversight because it comes up a lot. Obviously,
Cleverness.
I'm gonna say, I think this is a fight move.
Okay.
Because I feel like this may also be because you're looking essentially for a weakness in Shelley that you can exploit to get out. So,
Daring?
I guess whoever's doing it, give me a fight.
Oh gosh.
It's either daring or grace. So you can tell me how you personally are going about prodding Shelley.
Politely.
I'm basically, I'm like sliding my
Probably be
hands
great.
up around the sides, just like working my way down a wall, trying to see if I can find any, like, buttons or, you know, something that that's a bit more different than the walls that I've been feeling around.
So that feels like a grace.
Okay.
Because you are not just punching.
I am not punching.
Norma, are you punching?
Yeah, so just like punching different parts of the wall and doing it kind of near Wolf so that like she's just like seeing me go like this, like there's gotta be a way out of here. And I'm a little bit like wound up because like somewhat of a panic inducing scenario. So I'm like, I'm boxing with the wall of Shelley.
Like put my hand on like
Now everybody's gonna be rolling now. So
we roll and then you put your hand.
then you can put your hand. So Persephone will give me a grace.
Mhm.
So it'll be roll plus grace, whatever your grace is. And then Norma will be whatever your roll plus daring is. Punchy.
So I got an 8 for grace.
Okay.
And everything all added together was 6.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you don't punch too hard, right?
This is a abject failure and a yes, but they're going to resolve almost simultaneously.
Cool.
So Persephone is running her hands across, searching for grooves and things that could be different. She's trying to get her way out, and the camera sees a very graceful sweep, gentle, delicate sweep of the hand, and then a pirate hand come in and just thunk the wall. And it sort of is following, and the two of you start sort of bickering about it, and your hand pauses, Persephone, on a part that feels texturally different than the wall. Your hand sort of sinks in a little bit, and as you go to explore it, the hand behind just, you had paused moving, and that's where they were going. So Norma just like punches your hand into the wall of Shelley, and the four of you are forcibly ejected from Shelley. You come sort of
Tumbling?
thunking out, and because of how you were forcibly ejected, it wasn't like a clean ejection. You were all a little
Slick.
gooey, a little slick, a little bit. And you are in a heap
This seems to be an ongoing thing.
on the ground of a very clearly not an organic ground. Like this feels like a very metallic human built space. And the camera is down at your level, seeing the four of you in this heap, and very tall, spiky, heeled boots come clicking in to frame. And someone from above you says, "Oh, treats."
Gonna whip around. I was like face to face with Norma. And I was
Yeah.
like, I cannot believe you.
I know.
Never
It
been.
was so great.
It's never been your forte. And upon hearing the boots, I'm gonna like whip my head around, to this figure.
Oh, and it is the person that you fought in the hole in the wall.
Of course,
And
it is.
she says, "Oh, Persephone.
Hmm.
I knew you'd come around."
Not by choice. How have you been? I'm gonna like get up off the ground and like wipe like slick like off me.
Wow. I hate to be like this, but you weren't invited. And frankly, we have a lot to do, and as much as I would love to play with you again, just can't right now. She snaps. And you're surrounded by quite a lot of ladies in very tall heels and lots of leather and buckles, and they all have very interesting looking, what you assume are weapons, perhaps, depending on usage.
I also like get to my feet. I don't brush off any of the goo. I'm just slimy.
Great.
Draw my sword and say, I do not consent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I also
Ashaya
activate
from the ground. Me too. That.
Yeah.
Can I also activate Big Dyke Energy at this moment?
Tell me what that does.
So, what it does is when you make it clear to your foes that you're the biggest threat, for the rest of the scene, whenever you roll a 10 or higher, you may choose someone present to be impressed or intrigued by you.
Oh.
Once during the scene, when you gain a string on someone, gain an additional string on someone else who considers you an enemy.
Oh. Yes.
Saucy.
Persephone came in and said, "I'm the biggest dyke in the room. Do it."
I do
Sword
declare.
out, pointing towards her. Let's go.
Agatha, what's going on with you at this moment?
I'm looking at their shoes because I think we have the same boots.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of like, I have like my leg up and I'm kind of like looking at my shoe and then like looking at theirs. And then like I've already counted the snails. We're all good. I'm not going to initiate any aggression, but I'm not going to stop it from happening to me.
So in this group, what I have figured out of you four PCs is that Persephone and Norma are tops, Ashaya is a bottom, and Agatha is a switch.
Yes.
That is what I am gathering.
Don't make me pick one.
And this is consistent with that whole energy.
Correct. So looking around this space, there are lots of things hanging on the wall that could potentially be usable. If one were to say, start a sword fight. They are not swords per se, but there are various accoutrements about the room. whips and other apparatus that one could be buckled into, perhaps. There's lots of it about. The group is attempting to move you into a holding cell.
No way! I attack!
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Do I know her name?
You would have known her name. I did not name her. You can name her if you'd like.
Her name is, let's call her Lady B, is what she goes by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
B, do you really think this is the best idea?
I do. I can't give you the proper attention right now. So, to put you in the other room.
Look, let's just have a chat. Maybe we can figure something out. If not, then we're going to have to fight, and, well, you know how that went last time.
I have very fond memories of how that went last time.
So do I.
I told you I do not have time to do that right now.
Well, the issue
Do you
is
mean
we do.
you're not going to play with us when we get into the room?
Well, you'll have to wait until my work is done.
I think you should fight her.
Was planning on it. I'm gonna
Wait, hold on. Which one were you talking to?
Yeah. Sorry.
Do they know?
Are you
Either.
talking to like the abyss again?
Right,
I'm gonna
just
turn to Norma, shall we?
Let's do this,
Let's go.
baby.
Ooh.
So, my perception is that you're on Lady B.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, hold on. Ashaya, what do I know of your fighting skills?
You know that I fight with an elemental sword, but I don't know that we've actually fought each other.
I've seen you do it, but we've never.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come over to you and be like, we're on the goons. Yeah.
Yeah. I get up and whip out my sword.
And Agatha just enjoys herself. Is that what's...
Yeah, I would like to. Is there a swing?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I would like to position myself in the swing
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just start a little bit of a rock and take in what everyone else is doing for a while.
Great. Enjoyable.
Boots crossed and outstretched.
Great.
There is a move in this called Entice.
There sure is.
Yes. Would you like me to roll the swing action?
Yeah, so that's plus heart.
Okay. So that is 7.
All right. So you gained a string on one of the...
I will also have I don't think it makes much of a difference to the success, but I will have Sissy kind of weave her way up the length of the swing as well and assist me for an 8.
Okay. So you gain a string on one of the goons.
Mm-hmm.
And they are flustered and awkward around you now.
Cute.
And they drift over and they're by the swing.
Good
sort
to
of
know.
making eyes at you, if you will. So Norma and the other 3 of you are attacking, yes?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lashing
Okay,
it.
so let's all have you roll your attacks.
Okay.
which
I
is
lost
your
There. it is.
fight.
Right.
Wait, where's fight?
It's plus daring or plus grace.
Oh, right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Oh.
13.
I got a 10.
Woo,
Just a flat
13.
10.
Flat 10.
My third 7.
Okay, so those are all successes. But Ashaya, yours is a yes, but. So I'm gonna resolve them in I'm gonna go 13, 10, 7. So Norma, you may choose 3 of the following. You can flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them. You can inflict a condition. You can create an opportunity for an ally, or you can take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position, and you get to do 3 of those.
All right.
And
So
you were attacking the goons.
yeah, like the thing I imagine is that like if they were in sort of a circle around us, and then this flustered one kind of broke formation,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of went for that gap, and just whoever was next to her or them, I rush up, and I'm imagining that this particular goon is holding a whip.
Yes.
So just actually very just like brutally just like shove her like and grab the whip.
Okay.
So taking an object.
Okay, so that's 1.
And then I feel like the other person who had been on the other side of the one that broke formation is standing there watching me. And as I turn with a whip, I like flash this like ripped part of my vest where you can see my like, you know, very muscular underneath. And she is immediately like, I have a crush on this insanely amazing Shimbo space pirate, so I get a string
Yep.
on that person. And then as I'm doing this, I shout at Lady B from where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
cutting words.
Oh.
And I say, this is not how BDSM is supposed to work.
Oh.
So, and that's supposed to inflict a condition on her.
Yes. So here are conditions that you may choose. Well, I'm going to tell you the optional conditions, and then I'll let you know which one she has gotten. So she could be angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless, or insecure. And I'm going to say that makes her, I think that makes her insecure in her abilities. And that's going to give her a penalty when she's trying to entice people, which is one of her main moves in her arsenal. Persephone, you may also choose 3 of those.
So Big Dyke Energy activated. So with Lady B, you may choose someone present to be impressed or intrigued by you. I'm going to choose Lady B.
Yeah.
And then once during the scene, you can gain when you gain a string on someone. Okay, no, we're good for now. But yes.
Well, you can choose to gain a string on them.
Ah.
Because this is one of the things that you could have done was to...
Can I gain a string on Lady B?
Yes.
Which will allow me to gain additional one on someone else who considers me an enemy. So another one of the goons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me a second to quickly. Okay, cool. So that's what I'll do, and then I get to pick another 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the goon, I'm going to give a condition.
Okay.
Yep. And then what was the last option with the fights?
You could also create an opportunity or take an object from an opponent.
I am going to put a condition on Lady B, because when I get close to her, I want to try to invoke a little bit of, be it fright. Yeah, because all
right, so the goon has the condition frightened, and she flees. But Lady B, oh no, too real. My brain just went. I think instead of being frightened, because she probably is frightened, but instead of outwardly showing that she's frightened, she gets angry.
Cool.
So she's very mad right now.
Yeah.
And insecure. What a wonderful cocktail in a villain. Let's see what happens.
Love it.
And that was your 3. And then Ashaya, you get to do 2 of those things. And you're on the goons, yeah?
Yes. I would like to make one of the goons very afraid of me.
Yeah. You're going to inflict a condition.
Yep. And one of the other goons has a string on me because they're like, wow.
Okay, so you have a string on them.
Yeah. They're like, wow.
So, fighting always has a cost, because the three of the goons have, 2 of the goons have flown. Doesn't seem right. Flee. What is the past tense of flee? Fled. Thank you. My brain is broken today. There's too many lesbians up there, and it's all I can think of. I don't have grammar anymore. I only have lesbians. So, you're welcome. And if that's not a GIF after this episode airs, I'm going to be so sad. So there's always a cost, even if you win in a fight. So all 4 of you are. I'm giving you each a thing. Persephone, you feel guilty for having because you tapped a little bit into non-consent. A little bit. You were skirting that line. And so you feel guilty about that, which means that when you have emotional support rolls, you would get a -2 to them.
Okay.
Norma, you are insecure.
So even more insecure than normal.
More insecure than normal.
Yes.
You are jealous of the connection that you can obviously see between Persephone and Lady B. And Persephone is your new boo.
Yeah.
You feel very insecure. So when you are trying to entice, you get a -2 penalty.
Cool.
Ashaya, you frightened yourself with how fierce you got just now. And it's not a place that you go to often. You are much more of a loving giving bottom. And so you went a little too far into top energy and it scared you. And so now you have a -2 penalty to fight.
Okay.
So technically Agatha did not do any fighting. She just enticed. So you don't have any penalties at the moment. However, you watched your three companions do things that you consider to be very heroic, but then you can see that it's taken an emotional toll on them. And so I'm going to say that I have to turn the page to what I'm looking for. La 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 la. That's a good song. I hope everybody loves it. Did you love
my
it?
favorite.
It's my
Rockin'
favorite. It's my new ringtone.
Lil Yeet can maybe turn that into something.
On his SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are staggered because you see your team take a big blow. So many entendres in this.
So many.
And so you provoke someone. You're going to be provoking someone to do something foolish or harmful
Mm-hmm.
by taking advantage of a string that you have on them
Right now. Okay. I'm gonna. It's gonna be Persephone because that her old boo that you're fighting, right? That has to be some complicated feelings involved. So, I think, I mean, to what degree happens here? Do you catch a hint of vulnerability in her eyes, and it makes you, and that's what makes you feel really guilty? Like you're like, oh wait, maybe this could have been something.
So what is the thing that you are provoking her to do?
To something dangerous. I think you go to like catch her and like a tender moment with Lady B, despite your best in intuition telling you not to.
So Agatha basically says, don't let her fall. And you instinctively reach out, Persephone, to grab onto her.
Yeah.
And you get your arms around her, but she wasn't really falling.
Accuse.
She twists your arm into a submission hold, and you're at her feet.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
So ordinarily, I immediately would attack Lady B, but due to my jealousy in this situation, I feel somewhat desiring of seeing how this is going to play out. Have we subdued the goons at this point? Like,
yeah, the goons are no longer a threat to you.
Okay, so we're all sort of there, and she's flipped it on her, and so I'm gonna just cross my arms like this and be like, kind of muttering like she deserves whatever she gets.
Oh,
sorry.
Can I use my string on Lady B?
Sure, you can.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
So she's got me in a submission hold. Am I close to her? Like how close? Like
touching. She's twisted you. She's now above you, and you are below, knees below. With a. She's got your arms, and I'm gonna even say she's got your
both arms
behind, and you're like she's like face to face over you, wrapped around.
Perfect. I'm going to kiss her just to like give a bit of a shock of the moment towards her. And then like just to that is like how I'm using my string in order to lower her kind of her guard. And then I'm I'm gonna like whisper, I really loved our fights, and then I'm going to headbutt her to try to break out of that hold.
Yes.
All right. She is softened by the kiss. She likes fighting with you. This is a thing that she enjoy, as she clearly demonstrated prior to. She liked doing that with you. So, you can roll a fight, and I'm going to say that you get a +1 for the string that you used.
Okay.
This is a daring move, friends.
It's a 7.
That's with your +1?
Yep.
Okay. So, that is a yes, but you can take an object from them. You get 2 of these. Take an object, create an opportunity, inflict a condition, or gain a string.
Can I turn? Is there any way I can use one of those to turn the tables and put her into a submission hold?
No, if it had been 10 plus, you could have.
Okay,
I'm gonna say.
sure. I am going to see if she has anything on her before I.
She's got lots of stuff on her. There's stuff strapped all over her.
Is there anything that looks important, like a machine of any kind, or buttons, or?
Do you... Sure.
Great.
There is a thing that has buttons
Perfect.
strapped to her.
We are taking it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Take it. You now have that.
I love it.
And you get one more.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna inflict another condition on her.
Inflict another condition. We're loving the conditions today, friends. The condition that you inflict on her is she feels guilty.
Good.
However, because of the kind of success that you had, she gains a string on you. Because when you kissed her, you realized, oh no, I do still really like her though.
Damn it. Yeah.
Damn it.
Oof, my soul. Right.
She still got you in a submission hold. You haven't broken free. She hasn't.
Okay.
And you both have the condition of guilty, so you're just like both like sort of. It's like a feedback.
I'm sorry.
Loop
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, me. Great.
But you do have a little machine that has buttons on it.
What is the machine?
I mean, it's very clearly some sort of vibrating apparatus.
I love it. Perfect. I love it. Awesome. She's got me my hands behind my back again.
She sure does.
Great. What a turn of events.
I actually quite like it. I like you down there.
I don't like this positioning as last time, where I was on top of you, which is the way it should be.
I disagree.
I don't.
Well, perhaps we can discuss it further.
Oh, now you're willing to talk.
Oh no, not right now. I still have things to do. So you need to go in the waiting room like a good girl until I'm finished. I love how confused. I love how confused Agatha looks. She's like, what is going on?
I don't want to go to the waiting room.
I hate the waiting room.
We won that fight.
I want
You go to the
make
waiting
our
room.
ship better.
Yeah, just sorry to interrupt this beautiful moment, but what did you do to Shelley? And where are we?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can give you those answers if you earn them. So first you have to go to the waiting room. Your friend over there seems to be a bit of a brat.
That's rude.
Regardless, you took down our ship. You brought us here.
I did.
I feel like we deserve some answers.
And fix Shelley.
Oh, let me guess. You'll give us answers when we're in the waiting room.
Oh, you're a mouthy group. I don't love that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you do.
Wow. Okay, so we have an option here because we are almost at the time mark. So the option could be that we pause here in this dramatic place and we finish at a later date.
Another time.
Not on screen.
And we
it's gonna get
finish.
Let us finish on screen, okay?
We'll let you finish on screen. Listen, I don't think that it's part. I think we might get in trouble from codes of conduct if we all finish on screen. I know. That's where we're going to stop for today, and we will finish up next week, and you'll get to see what happens because I couldn't keep the lesbians to only one. No, I need more lesbians. No, so sorry. So let's go around the table and chat about our moments of gratitude. What was so great everything was so great this episode, but what stood out to you?
A couple things. The snail medic, like, genius. Incredible. I was just very confused with the entire thing as to what was happening. But then also using that knowledge to assist with the ship, which is have a completely different anatomy.
Doesn't matter.
It's all squishy.
The beautiful assistance on finding an ejector on the ship. Yeah, my hand hurts. That was great. Loved it.
I also love the image of like Norma punching what was probably like a valve that definitely should not have been touched. Like, and Norma was like, "I got this!" Wham! And like, I think, like, if somebody punched you that hard in your valves, you probably would eject something as well. Like, something would come out that you were not intending to. So, woo!
Oh my gosh. And then Adriel's just kindness towards Pippi and assisting and Pippi then went and drew Pippi. Oh my gosh.
I love that Pippi has been realized and is now living on Adriel's nose.
Yeah.
Love it so much.
That was
also
good.
Lana bringing like the sexual tension with just any character, just
Everyone.
Like, hi,
I'm gonna flirt with her.
Wolf will bang all of you, and you'll like it.
Even the ship immediately just like woohoo.
Just have that effect.
And I liked that your response to "let's see if Shelly is okay" was sort of to like feel her up, like right? This word last time. No,
nope.
Something
Sounds
That's
good.
definitely wrong. That usually I usually get a response from that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I loved Agatha's using of my vest to patch up Shelly's wound. I appreciated that very much. And also in our collaboration of you just, I enjoyed that I was like, you could entice. And then I just had this imagining of you just like in this like sex swing, just like.
It's such a form for me.
I liked the tantrum that Norma threw when she was insecure and jealous, and she was just like, "No, fine. What? No, go ahead. What? You like it when she touches you? Fine, go ahead." Just gonna cross my arms and be upset about this. Go ahead. Love it.
I also loved everything about the snails and Pippi, and I was so honored that Agatha wanted to share Pippi with the Shia. And I loved Norma just being like, yeah, this mom of mine fucked up.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey.
Oh,
That's okay. That's our one. Let's go
Okay,
PG-13.
all right.
There we go. We did it.
And it was neither of the Australians.
Hey!
It's always us.
And I just I feel like the skill level of flirting among all of you is just, it's so high. It's beautiful. I'm just pleased to be here as it happens.
I did want to say I really loved the image of Ashaya, like right at the end there, where it was like she scares someone and then she became scared of herself as a result. Like it just made me imagine, like at that moment you were like, ah, and then you were like, oh my god. Like I feel like I want to like play off of that in the next one and be like, ooh, like.
And also the moment of trying to, are we just rehashing the entire episode?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's just,
It was so great.
it was so good.
The moment where Ashaya is just like, yeah, me too. I don't want that either.
Yeah.
I'm being assertive. Is that the word? Yes, assertive.
In my head, the camera was up on was up on the faces of the three of you that were standing, and just like Ashaya's hand just like came up into frame, just like her one finger. Yeah, me too. And that was like, I'm still here. Don't look at me. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. It was good. It was all good. Thank you for going with me on this weirdness. I appreciate you all.
Pleasure.
And let's chat about where we can find you on social media. I'm going to start with Nat. Where can we find you, friend?
Yes, I am at Nat Mesnard on Twitter and Instagram. That's NATMESNARD. So follow me there. I write RPGs. I work with 9th level games. I write fiction. It's a fun time. So yeah.
Frequently wearing fun hats as evidence.
Yes, my jaunty hat is a fundamental aspect of my being.
Yeah, obviously.
So, yes, talk to me on social media and we'll wear jaunty hats together.
Oh man, what an excellent invitation. How could anyone pass that up? I'm on it. I don't have a hat, but I'll get one. Brie, where can we find you?
You can find me here on Level Up TTV. I also play in a campaign called The Red Wagon Inn, which is on Tuesdays with a bunch of awesome dice makers, which is a really good time. You can find me at Fortune Favors. That's spelt weird. Fortune, FORTUNEFEYVOURS. Because I like puns and also yous are important. And yeah, that's where you can find me. Apparently, just always playing a scene/emo/goth character, which is just who I am.
But not always a lesbian.
Not always a lesbian, always bi-curious.
I love that.
Or bi-furious, which is what my shirt says.
Yeah. And less curious than just solidly assured.
Just right in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Figured it out. Excellent. Lanta, where can we find you?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lanta. You guys can find me all over the internet at LantaFanta. I've been writing some stuff at the moment. You guys can find it on Wattpad, and it's called The Protector's Trial. Go for gold on that. But that's
Smut,
pretty much. It's R18 plus. Please do not let your kids near it. Enjoy.
Perfect. Adriel.
I am Adriel Wilson, and you can find me on Twitter at ReindeerB and on Instagram at the ReindeerB, and I am a part of Ninth Level Games, and sometimes you can see me here at Sarah's table, and I like dogs. The end.
Oh, perfect. Hi, I'm Sarah Moore. You can find me on Facebook at Actor Sarah Moore. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Ko-Fi at Pixies and Pins. You can find me right here every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sarah's Table at levelup_TTV on Twitch. And I also do a bunch of other weird, fun projects, and you should find me on the internet and give me all your money. That's real. I mean, you don't have to give me all your money, but like,
Some of it.
you know, I do cool stuff. Like, check that out. So I misspoke earlier. Next week we are rerunning a Puppets episode. We're going to give you a tiny puppet palette cleanser, and then we're going to dunk you back into lesbians the following week. So yeah, that's happening. Next Friday, Puppets. The following Friday, lesbians. I'm so excited that you were all here with me. It was the most fun, and I can't wait to do more. So thank you all for watching, and as always, keep making art and keep being art. See you next time.